Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. We are very excited to start Selenium tutorial video series. This is the first one. In this video, we are going to cover Selenium introduction, features and different components of Selenium. These are the topics we are going to cover in this video. We are going to look at what is Selenium and then different features of the Selenium. Then we are going to look at different components of the Selenium and then we are going to compare them. So we are going to take each component and then we are going to look at the functionality of the component and then why we need to use that component. After that, we are going to look at Selenium 4 features. Selenium 4 is about to release. The software testing industry is eagerly waiting for Selenium 4 release. Going further, please join our YouTube family. Click the subscribe button to never miss our videos and watch them first. Also, like the video and comment on the video. It is really going to motivate me. What is Selenium? Selenium is a very powerful automation testing tool for web applications. So using Selenium, we can automate web applications. So using Selenium, we can automate functionality testing. Using Selenium, we can automate compatibility testing. Along with that, any web-based task, if there are any day-to-day web-based tasks like reporting or let's say some other day-to-day admin tasks, even we can consider those for automation. We can use a Selenium to automate those web-based tasks. Selenium has following main components and each component has its own functionality. So there are total 4 components in Selenium. First one, Selenium IDE. Second one, Selenium WebDriver. Third one, Selenium RC. Fourth one, Selenium Grid. Then using Selenium, we cannot automate desktop applications or Windows applications. So if you see here, this PowerPoint presentation, so Microsoft PowerPoint, this is desktop application. We cannot automate this with Selenium. So even Notepad, so this is a Notepad, so this is also desktop application. So whatever desktop applications, we cannot automate those desktop applications with Selenium. Then Selenium features, let's compare different components and then different features of Selenium. All Selenium components are open source and free. So IDE or WebDriver, Grid, all those components are open source and free. Coming to Selenium IDE, it is record and playback tool. So it is going to provide you record and playback feature. Then using Selenium IDE, we can quickly create tests. So let's say you are very close to release, you don't have enough time, then definitely let's say you are releasing in 2 weeks time like that, then you cannot start automation, you have to concentrate on release. Then you can use Selenium IDE and whatever important use cases you can record and playback. So with this you can quickly create automated test cases. But in long run, if you want to properly automate in real-time automation, record and playback, that is not recommended, because with record and playback, maintenance will be very hard. There won't be any framework, there won't be any reusability. Then coming to Selenium WebDriver, using WebDriver, we can run tests on multiple browsers, we can run tests on multiple operating systems. It supports multiple languages like Java, C#, Python. Then we can use a number of testing frameworks like TestNG, JUnit. We can use a number of testing frameworks. In real time, if you are looking for web automation, then Selenium WebDriver is the proper tool. So using this, we can develop hybrid automation framework and we can achieve real-time automation. Then we have Selenium Grid. That is mainly for parallel and distributed running of the test cases. Coming to the development, like developing the automation test scripts, even properly executing them, Selenium Grid has no role. The main role of Grid is distribution. So it will allow you to distribute them and then it will allow you to parallelly run them. So that's the main purpose of Selenium Grid. Going further, Let's go through them one by one. So Selenium IDE, it is available as Chrome and Firefox add-on. So for other browsers like Opera or IE or Edge, Selenium IDE is not available. It is only available for Chrome and Firefox. Selenium IDE is very useful if you want to quickly record and playback test on your website. So it is a record and playback tool. It doesn't have like proper features or proper capacity for full-length automation. So using Selenium IDE, you can quickly record and playback test cases, provides very basic automation capabilities, and it is not recommended for real-time web automation because you cannot use a programming language properly with Selenium IDE. It doesn't support a testing framework. The capabilities are very basic. So it is like a tool to help you to start with Selenium and a tool to record and playback to quickly generate the test cases. Selenium IDE is not recommended for real-time web automation. Even in real-time usage, we won't be using a Selenium IDE for proper automation framework. Going forward, Selenium WebDriver, this is the main component of Selenium. Selenium WebDriver was released as part of Selenium 2.0 to overcome Selenium RC limitations. So while using Selenium RC, there were some limitations. To overcome those limitations and to enhance, Selenium WebDriver was released as part of Selenium 2.0. WebDriver is designed in a simpler and better way as required for modern web applications. So web applications are evolving, they are like continuously improving. So to handle those web applications, to automate them easily, WebDriver is designed. WebDriver uses browser native commands to drive the browser like an end user, which is very robust. When you consider Selenium RC, it uses JavaScript like for a browser command like click, drag and drop, or enter type something. It is going to use JavaScript commands. Selenium RC is using JavaScript internally to drive the browser. But coming to Selenium WebDriver, it uses the browser native commands, whatever internal commands of the browser, it uses those functions, those API. So that's why Selenium WebDriver is very robust. You can use multiple programming languages like Java, C#, Ruby, Python with Selenium WebDriver, and you can leverage proper capabilities of those programming language. All these are high level programming languages, so you can do a lot with that, like file handling, database handling, everything you can do. Then Selenium WebDriver supports multiple browsers and multiple operating systems. So with this we can achieve compatibility testing as well. We can automate compatibility testing as well. Going further, let's see the difference between Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver. So let's say you want to perform a click operations. Then when you use a Selenium WebDriver, you want to automate clicking a link. So when you use Selenium WebDriver, then when you perform the click operation, it is going to call internal Chrome command, whatever internal Chrome command for click, it is going to call that. So as a human, when we perform a click, so here I'm clicking on shop link. So when you do that click, there is some internal Firefox command that is going to be called. So exactly the same Firefox command the WebDriver is going to call. So when you perform click using WebDriver, it is going to call the native commands, the internal commands. But when you use Selenium RC and when you perform a click, it is going to use JavaScript. It won't call the native commands. So it is going to use JavaScript to trigger that. So using Selenium RC, it is not close to end user testing. It is not like mimicking the end user. So that's why, because of using the JavaScript, browser to browser implementation is different. So there were compatibility issues, there were more related object oriented issues. That's why Selenium WebDriver is introduced, and that is more robust and more stable, and that is also pretty much mimicking the end user, very close to the end user actions. Going further, let's look at Selenium RC quickly. So officially Selenium RC is deprecated, so it is not recommended to use at all, but you may get some questions in interview. It is good to have the background knowledge. Selenium RC is a predecessor of Selenium WebDriver. RC drives browser using JavaScript. It supports multiple browsers, multiple operating systems, and multiple languages. Officially, Selenium RC is deprecated and it is not recommended to use for web automation. We have to use a Selenium WebDriver. Going further, now we are going to look at Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid allows distributed and parallel running of the test cases. So the main benefit with Grid is like time saving, so distributed and parallel running of the test cases. It helps in two ways. First thing, when you have a large test suite, you can break down that and you can run that parallelly. Let's say you have like 1000 test cases, you can break down that like 300, 300 and 400, then you can run them in parallel. Or running a test suite on different platforms, this is like compatibility testing. So you have like 100 test cases and you want to run that on different platforms, like three combinations are there, say Edge and Windows 10, Safari and Mac OS, then Solaris and Chrome. Like that you have like three combinations or 10 combinations. Then you have to repeat those 100 test cases on those 10 combinations. So we can use Grid and we can run them in parallel. So we can break down a big test suite into small ones, or a same test suite that need to be repeated on multiple platforms, like on a multiple combinations. We can use Selenium Grid. When you run Selenium Grid, it works as central hub. Then you can start multiple WebDriver nodes to register under it to execute the test in distributed way. So when you start Selenium Grid, it is going to act as a hub, as like a master. Then under that you're going to start multiple Selenium WebDriver nodes. They are going to work as execution nodes. You are going to send all the load, all the test cases to Grid, and then it will distribute to Selenium WebDriver nodes. So this picture is going to give you a very good idea. So we have our test cases here. We are going to send those test cases to Selenium Grid. So that Grid is going to distribute that. So we can have different machines. So remote machine 1, remote machine 2, remote machine 3. So all these machines are like Selenium WebDriver nodes. So on these machines we have Selenium WebDriver up and running. Then here we have our test server. On this we have Selenium Grid up and running. So we are going to send all our execution, all our load to Selenium Grid. That will distribute to execution nodes. So these are execution nodes. It will distribute the load. So with Selenium Grid we can achieve distributed and parallel execution that is going to save us time and cost. Then going further, we have Selenium 4 coming soon. So as of now they are releasing Selenium 4 alpha builds. Originally it was promised in end of 2019, but it is open source project, so expect delays. So the release is getting delayed. And there are very exciting features in Selenium 4. We have like W3C standardization of WebDriver. So WebDriver is like a separate API. So to overcome Selenium RC limitations, we have introduced WebDriver in Selenium. Outside of Selenium, WebDriver has evolved a lot. So there are like so many improvements and enhancements to WebDriver. Even there is W3C standardization, that is a worldwide standardization. So in Selenium 4 we are going to get that standardization. So it is like getting WebDriver to current trend, to WebDriver standard level. So we are going to get that in Selenium 4. Then improved Selenium Grid functionality and UI portal. Then we are going to get some new features like relative locators and better window and tab management. We are going to get up-to-date detailed documentation as well. So along with this there are more enhancements coming. So I have a blog post for that. So go to this blog post to get more detailed information about Selenium 4 release. This is the link. Okay, so I have few exercises for you. Let me open just like questions and then exercises. So now you have like Selenium basics knowledge. So let's say, so question 1, can we use Selenium to automate performance testing? Yes or no? The correct answer is no. We cannot use Selenium to automate performance testing. This is not the right tool. We need to use LoadRunner or JMeter. Then the next question, can we use Selenium to automate desktop applications like Notepad or Excel? Yes or no? No is the correct answer. Using Selenium, we can only automate web-based applications. Thank you for watching this video, team. Hope the topics covered are really helpful to you. Going further, please subscribe to our channel, like the video and comment on the video. You are going to see more videos from us to master Selenium. Going forward, there will be more videos on Selenium WebDriver and then different areas of Selenium. Okay team, see you in the next video. Bye for now.